Look at this year's New York squad.
And while they swept the season series against them last year, making it pretty clear how much separation exists between the two teams.
Yeah, Greg, I mean, one is a playoff team. The other, question mark, ... not so much. But things change, and you're only as good as your last win, so we'll see how they handle things tonight.
Here's Gasol after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. Here's Mirotic. Comes up empty from 19 feet out.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Porzingis passes to Roten. And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Here's Roten.
4 of 5 to start the game. That's their first miss.
No good off the front iron. Let's send it out to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach Kurt Rambis.
I asked him what he'd most like to see from his team today, and he told me we'd really like to keep Pau Gasol under wraps in this one. He went on to explain that Gasol can take over games with his efficiency on the offensive end, and the key to their win will be getting a hand in his face every time. Guys?
All right, Doris, thank you very much.
You have to be disciplined on defense, Kevin. Biting on every pump fake isn't going to get it done.
Shots good by Laverne.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Now here's King. He's got 5. Butler. The shot misses. Excellent D there from Aflalo. New York comes into this one following a loss to the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
And really, given how they performed offensively, guys, they just never had a chance.
Yeah, and you can see their frustration growing and growing as they continue to come up empty on their possessions. By the end, they were just happy to watch the clock wind down and move on.
Bulls trail by 7. And King, here we go. And stolen by Roten. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith, and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll be watching the Milwaukee Bucks playing against the Bulls out in Chicago. And guys, for the Bulls, they continue to pile up the wins. Only 1 loss in weeks. They expect to win every time they take the court. And guys, this team getting some big help in the form of Freak. He has stepped up and been a big contributor over this recent stretch of games. Shaq, what's been the change for him?
You know, he's playing under control, Ernie. He's not trying to do too much with each possession. You know, he's also being more aggressive, taking the initiative. You know, he's just going at people, the barbecue chicken theory, Ernie. Get out of my way, I'm going to eat you.
Yeah, I mean, Freak might be one of my favorite.
At the small forward position, standing 6'8", number 3, Doug McDermott. The other forward, 6 feet 10 inches, number 44, Nikola Mirotic. Man in the middle, 7 feet, number 16, Pau Gasol. At guard, 6'7" from Marquette, number 21, Jimmy Butler. Starting at point guard, 6 feet 1 inches, number 00, Freak. The head coach of your home team. Ladies and gentlemen, your Chicago Bulls.
It's Eastern Conference time for the traveling Milwaukee Bucks today. The Bulls are enjoying this break from the road. And, of course, Taj Gibson. He won't be an option for them.
Well, to say the deal changes the look and feel of this franchise is stating the obvious. I mean, they are a vastly different team than they were a few days ago. Obviously looking long-term rather than the short-term.
Exactly. I mean, trading away a player with his talents is clearly a big-picture deal. I mean, you have to balance fit and talent as well as upside, and then throw in the financial considerations. So this is more than just about the player.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Filling out the wings, it's Middleton and Antetokounmpo. Monroe is out there with Parker, and it's Carter Williams in at the 1 spot.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Bucks on defense. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
Yeah, but when you shoot a percentage in the low 30s as a team, and they did that in that game, it is just not going to be your night.
No, it's certainly not going to be your night shooting that poorly. And so often when that happens to a team, it's hard to get out of that funk once you get into it.
Here's Antetokounmpo after the basket by Nikola Mirotic.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
McDermott passes to King. Dishes it to McDermott. The rebound by the Bucks. Last time they met was in Milwaukee.
May have been the worst effort you'll see from them all season long. Even for a game they weren't supposed to win, it should not have been that bad.
Against a lesser team, that performance wouldn't have been good enough. But play that way against a good team, and you end up with an ugly result that they had.
Here's Butler. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Here's King. The rebound by Middleton. The Bucks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Jason Kidd. What'd you find out, Doris?
One player he doesn't want to overlook is Pau Gasol. He said Pau has that hook shot that is nearly impossible to guard, and that most of their defense on Pau will be centered around denying him the ball and forcing him to catch it away from the basket. We'll see if they can execute that plan, guys.
Thank you, Doris. And slam dunk by Butler.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Monroe left side. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. "13 feet away." Off the iron that time. The Bulls have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Unloads from 13. The shot will not go. Great D that time from Middleton. The Bucks trail. Right side, Antetokounmpo. Ring shot on the way. Antetokounmpo can't get that one to fall. Antetokounmpo's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Here's King. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Here's Milwaukee now. pass to Carter Williams. King with the steal. Now the fast break. King with the ball. And Mirotic throws it down.
That's the epitome of teamwork right there, Kevin, on the alley-oop.
Clark, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder.
Yeah, lightning too.
But, guys, the pass, for me, even better. He absolutely put that on a platter for him.
Here's Carter Williams. After the basket by Nikola Mirotic. Unloads from 13. And the Bucks miss again. The Bulls leading by 4. Stolen by Monroe. Now here's Middleton. He's guarded closely. Can't hit from in close. The Bulls have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. The shot by Butler, nobody around. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Doubled by King. Shot to stop the drought. And it's finished off by Carter Williams as he lays it in.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Chicago timeout call. All right, fans, let's get up! Let's get up for your Buffaloes!
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Joakim Noah is checked in for Gasol. Portis comes in for Mirotic. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for McDermott. And it's Rose in for King. The Bucks trail by 7. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. Carter Williams is the point with Middleton at the 2. Alexis Ajinça is out there with Antetokounmpo, and it's Henson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Rose passes to King. With the fadeaway. Stolen by Henson. And up the court come the Bucks. On the break, Carter Williams with the ball. Middleton can't get it to go.
Oh, tight defense being played right there. Got right up on him and forced the miss.
Textbook work. Close enough to bother the shot. Good challenge, but disciplined enough to avoid too much contact.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Over in the corner, Ajinça. Back to Middleton. The Bucks working the ball around. Just 4 to shoot. Step back shot. Good.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
King outside, fires the 3. Rebounded by the Bucks. Carter Williams kicks to Middleton. Boom, he jams it straight down.
What a smart pass by Carter Williams right there.
Chicago leading by 3. And it's Rose penetrating. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Knicks made a big difference. He picked up 10 points, and he was just about on target from everywhere, hitting from deep as well as sinking his free throws. It was a great contribution from someone who's considered a bit more of a role player on his team.
All right, Doris, well, what do you guys think? Does that kind of big performance energize a player in his next game?
Guys, it's tricky, you know, because when you work as hard as he did in that game, you tend to be a little worn down. But on the other hand, he also has to be feeling terrific in terms of the confidence about the state of his game.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, I'd say mentally he's in peak condition, while physically he could probably use a recharge.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Middleton dishes to Ajinça from 12 feet out. And again, the Bucks miss.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and That's why they're ahead.
And as far as jump shots go, that's what you have to continue to try and get.
I don't know how that one stayed out.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
Well, among the centers and power forwards of the NBA, these are the players with the softest touch around the bucket. Some terrific shooting percentages for the big men. Fifth best, John Henson.
And it's one quality shot for yourself, but you still have to finish. And there's no doubt all those guys can do both.
Yes, sir. I mean, these guys make the most of every one of their easy opportunities. Missing layups is simply not part of their routine.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Noah. Gasol comes in for Portis. And Mirotic subbed in for Doug McDermott. Middleton outside. He dishes it to Monroe. Parker right side. Here's Antetokounmpo. And count the basket. He is fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play.
Well, Pau,
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, and he's the ringleader of their offense. And what we saw in that first half with his ability to keep everybody involved is the reason why they're playing well.
And that's just the thing. I mean, he knows how to share the sugar to make sure everybody gets a touch, and that keeps the offense balanced and productive.
Butler and McDermott filling out the perimeter. Mirotic is out there with Pau Gasol, and it's King at the point. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half. Here's Parker. The basket good off the assist from Carter Williams. And that's now 8 points for Parker.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Gasol passes to King. Butler against Middleton. Now here's Butler. T right on him. And the shot is good. Butler's got the lead up to 8 now for Chicago.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
And Middleton kicks to Monroe. And he banks in the layup. Monroe's got 5.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Here's Gasol. And in Chicago, scoring again.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
Bucks trail by 8. Antetokounmpo dishes to Parker. Kicks to Middleton. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
As a matter of fact, a lot of his points came from the stripe. He was feeling it. And I think it's clear he's gotten better in that department since last season. I mean, he looks a lot more comfortable at the line now, and he's getting better results.
Joakim Noah's checked in for Mirotic. Milwaukee also making some changes. Alexis Ajinça comes in for Greg Monroe. And John Henson subbed in for Jabari Parker. Middleton left side. Puts the fadeaway right on the money. Middleton's got 9.
What great touch there on the fadeaway. Man, right in his face.
Butler on the wing. Back to King. The baseline J. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
The shot by Middleton, wide open. Another miss by Middleton.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
Here's Antetokounmpo.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Well, their pass to King. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 4 assists now tonight.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size.
Taking a look at some stats for Antetokounmpo. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. He's right around 13 points a night, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. He has been at his most dynamic, no question about it, a real handful.
Well, he's operating at the highest level right now, one of the truly elite talents in the NBA.
Portis, he's checked in for Chicago. Rose comes in for Doug McDermott, and he can't hit the second. Here's Butler. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
More active and more physical down low. That's what's really been the difference thus far.
Ajinça kicks to Middleton, and that one's good. Middleton's got 11.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Butler in the corner. Releases. And there's Rose on the assist by Butler. Rose has got the lead up to 8 now for the Bulls. For Milwaukee, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. And there's a minute 45 left to play here in the third. There's a good screen off the pick. Carter Williams can't get it to go.
They've done their part here to run down a lot of missed shots. A solid rebounding effort.
Yeah, energy has been the difference, and they're fighting for every loose ball and giving as good as they get on the inside.
It's thrown by Antetokounmpo. Oh, and here we go. Antetokounmpo. Nobody back. Rebound by Butler. Now the fast break. King with the ball. That pushes it to double digits. 9 points for Derrick Rose.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Knocked away. Antetokounmpo kicks to Ajinça.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
Carter Williams dishes to Ajinça. They set the pick. Feeds it to Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo can't get that one to fall. Chicago leading by 11, and here we go. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
And all of a sudden, you can see the confidence overflowing offensively.
Getting everything to drop and at an ideal time. I mean, they're poised for a terrific crunch time run here.
Ajinça the pass to Antetokounmpo. Passes it to Ajinça. 5 to shoot. And Henson kicks to Antetokounmpo. Let's go. Some solid defense from Butler. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Bulls out front. They lead by 13. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. On to Tacumbo.